Hi, I'm Margie Holmes, psychologist, author, and educator. This week, we'll continue our topic on incest. Some of you shared your stories with me and gave advice for those who are going through similar situations. Let's begin with your questions. Edna Aquino asks, aren't the moral concerns on incest culturally determined, meaning in some cultural contexts, incest is acceptable? Absolutely, Edna. And the major reasons some cultures show or feel that incest is able to happen is because, one, they keep cultural values intact. Two, it is to preserve familial wealth. Sometimes this even involves getting the dowry or a bride price. Other reasons may include political expediency, geographic proximity, tradition, strengthening of family ties, maintenance of family structure, and a relationship between the wife and her in-laws, which possibly could even prevent war. Now, Carolina Ruiz also raises the issue about Woody Allen, who's in a relationship with his adopted stepdaughter. Andrew Craig Bennett says, I see nothing wrong and they have no biological relationship. And she was not the adopted daughter. She was merely Mia Farrow's adopted daughter. Bert Kibuyen, however, says, a statement more than a question. With so many women around to hump, why hump your own blood? It's sickening. Woody Allen has been in the news lately. Now, this is not because of a relationship with his wife, Suni, but because of his relationship with one of Mia Farrow's much younger daughter. Oh, Dylan, we are not talking about that, okay? We are talking about whom Carolina has asked about, which is his wife, Suni. So let us go back to that point. Woody Allen's marriage to Sunyi Previn. In an interview with Time magazine, Sunyi unequivocally stated that her father was not Woody Allen, but Andrew Previn, who was Mia's ex-husband. She said further that she never considered Woody Allen, whom she met when she was already 20, as a father figure of any kind. Okay, despite the fact that Andrew and Bert seem to have disagreed on one point, they have, however, agreed on this next point, that marriage between first cousins is genetically undesirable. Barbara Suzuki asks, I think, rather facetiously, do you agree incest is fine as long as you keep it in the family? Ha ha ha, Barbara. And I am so glad that Alfie Melia took it a step further. It should be fine as long as all persons involved are truly consensual adults. There is no, or not consensual adults, since sometimes the children are considered minors, but that the relationship is consensual. There is no coercion. There is no intimidation. And there is no authoritative influence over another. Keeping it a secret within the family or not should not really matter. Evangeline Sangalang shares, I'm aware of a case where the family first kept it secret. The male cousin came home for summer break and he fooled around and experimented with giggly female cousins in their puberty. One girl got pregnant. Both families claimed that the two fell in love, but after the baby was born, there was a quiet separation. Now, thanks, Evangeline, for bringing this up, because you know, secrecy is one of the most damaging things about incest. And sometimes the secrecy makes the victim or the survivor feel much more guilty than she should feel. In fact, people query and say, why should she feel guilty at all, since usually she was the one who was taken advantage of. Anonymous asked the question, I have a first-degree cousin who I think of sexually, and I think or I know that she also feels the same way, but we're holding back because of moral issues. I told her that we can do it safely so there won't be any consequences of her getting pregnant. What do you advise? Now, I hope, Anonymous, you know that clinical psychologists are notorious for claiming that they never give advice, and that is because, ideally, they never should, especially if they don't know the people involved, like I don't know you or your cousin, and especially if they don't know the real situation that is going on. What I can do, however, Anonymous, is to help you see the issues more clearly, help you clarify your own feelings, and then encourage you to make a decision that you consider ethical, that resonates with who you truly are, and that is as right for yourself as it is for your partner. Make sure that you take no advantage of one another. Now, having said that, I feel that the first step in your situation is to make sure your definitions of morality are the same. You, Anonymous, have defined it as making sure no kids result from the union. Now, I don't know how your cousin feels about things, and it would be best and it should be the very first step to explore that issue first. What exactly does your cousin and what exactly do you think incest is? Well, that's it for today. Jump into the discussions by commenting below. Send me your comments, questions, and suggestions for future topics here on Facebook. Tweet using the hashtag AskMargie or send an email to askmargie@rappler.com. See you next week.